Yeah, we're trying to create this culture of sustainability in the university. It is growing. More people are getting involved. These ideas are getting taken forward even more.
We want to make sure that we have a generation of people coming forward that are interested in politics, that will get involved. We'll try and make the world a better place.
Here and there. If everyone was doing little bits here and there, it would make a big difference.
I think it's really empowering to find that there are other people thinking the same way as you, environmental or anything at all.
Student volunteers who are committed and passionate about the idea has an exceptional strength as well.
So I see very nicely how, the academics, the administrative staff, the student bodies are all coming together to try and push things forward.
Guest has grown from 2 people working over 3 months one summer to a substantial team of students doing practical things and policy development things aimed at improving the university's environmental policy and practice.
That's why guest is so important, and people who are concerned and want to do active things now have a more formal space.
Wanting to share our knowledge, share our research on these issues, and also to learn from others as well. We want to hear their story.
I think that guest has played a very valuable role in moving things forward in the university, and that it's been a breath of fresh air working with young people and young people who are enthused about society and the environment.
I'm Anna. I'm one of the 3 members of the Reduce, Reuse, Recycle team within Guest.
Because we think that one issue is just confusion. People don't know what can go into recycling. People are worried about contamination, and then they just don't put it into recycling because they don't want to spoil it.
We're working more on raising awareness and getting people to want to recycle.
Yeah. This is Monday, and we're at the swap shop and we're making draft excluders.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was good fun.
Yeah, and it'll be very useful in my very cold flat.
It's just shirts and jumpers from the swap shop that we didn't think anyone would want. Just cut off the sleeves and then stuff them with the rest of the jumper.
Glasgow is very low on the city stats for recycling, and it's going to be punished heavily if it doesn't improve drastically in the next couple of years.
From January 2016 there's new legislation being introduced which means that all food waste must be recycled. Plan to introduce special recycling containers. There's lots of opportunities to recycle. It's just a matter of making the time and organising.
You can type in your address and it shows you where the recycling facilities are and tells you how far they are, and there's a map and everything.
Glasgow Uni is based in Scotland, which has one of the things that Scotland has is a beautiful nature, and I think Glasgow Uni should be at the forefront of protecting that.
The city of Glasgow is quite a biodiverse area. You can see foxes, you can see all kinds of things here if you're looking. And so we think that urban biodiversity is quite an important thing to work for.
I think the green spaces in cities are absolutely vital. I'm really proud of the fact that I can walk out of my house and walk straight up the River Kelvin, and I can be outside of Glasgow having only sort of walked across 2 minor roads.
And I feel like people need to take their blinkers off, and we're sitting in the park right now, have a look around and be like, hey, this is beautiful. This is really beautiful. Let's try to look after this place.
I mean, just the past week it's been sunny, and the springs really started to come in, and the birds have been singing. I've noticed how happy I felt.
So again, it shows it's integral to not just survival but well-being, and you've got to think, well, are we just trying to survive, or are we actually trying to have a good life?
Most biologists who are interested in biodiversity would say that we are in the midst of the worst ever in Earth's history set of extinctions over a relatively short time, mostly driven by human activity. If more people don't take action and do something about it, then there won't be much left in the future for people to be anxious about.
You know, should we not think, well, hang on a minute, we've got that knowledge, we've got that power, we should be sort of stewards of the planet?
We kind of came up with this idea of like a hub for sustainability, you know, so people like, it's a kind of a starting point when people come down and they just, you know, you just chat to people who maybe are into that sort of thing. So the pond is taking care of itself pretty much at the moment. It's got a huge population of frogs in. In terms of habitat creation, we are basically going to take this whole area here and just take off the turf and sow it with wildflower seeds. Vegetation, you've got really good high vegetation there, a lot of birds come to it. That's a coal pit making a noise there. So it's really just a case of we've got an amazing space here, but it's only one little space, and it would be nice to try and just whenever you hear about an opportunity to sort of expand it and link up areas or work with other organisations that you could make more areas like this than just doing it.
Basically work around Glasgow and North Lanarkshire, making better habitats for amphibians and reptiles. Any volunteers seem to appreciate the fact they've been out, and maybe they haven't been out in nature for a while, and they've seen things they haven't seen since they were a kid. And, you know, I can't think of anyone who's ever just said, "Oh, I hated that," or anything. All of them always seem happier.
I'd have everyone have a little bit of land that they grew a few vegetables and things on. I'd like everyone to just have some part of their diet sort of come from the grounds, you know, just directly from nature.
We're losing track of where food comes from, so we need to go back to trying to limit the food chain, just keep it as local as possible.
I'd been talking about it with people, wouldn't it be nice if there was a food co-op? And a friend of mine put me in touch with a friend of hers, and so we got together and helped start a food co-op. We decided to buy tea bags so that the people can come and have a cup of tea and weigh out their stuff. And that, I think, is really important, because a lot of stuff in the uni, you don't have a chance to just informally talk with people.
So I'm the sustainable transport promoter. Basically, been looking at ways to reduce carbon emissions through transport, and just for students to engage in more sustainable forms of transport.
I think biking is such a good way to get around and get a bit of fresh air.
I set up a pilot project for bike hire, which hopefully will grow and grow. A hugely positive response. It's free and it's good, and it's like interactive and involved with the wider Glasgow community because it's based in the bike station. We've been setting up some free bike maintenance services on campus. We've set up a bicycle users group, which is sort of like an online forum. Also, we've been promoting and participating in the critical masses around Glasgow, which is like a big bike ride once a month. You feel more safe on the road, it's like more inclusive and it's more fun. So they've been really good.
Education is like a collaboration. Either you're collaborating with your peers, or you're collaborating with your tutors or with other members of staff, whatever, but it's like a collaborative process.
It's been a partnership, a collaboration between the staff and the students, and it wouldn't really work otherwise.
It's a sharing of skills. Everyone puts something in, everyone takes something back. That is a positive experience taking place.